I've lived in Minnesota all my life. I love the state. I'm a fourth-generation Minnesotan. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. I was a latchkey kid. Both my parents worked. I used to change the diapers of the youngest too, and that's just what you did. Well, we were a very outdoorsy family. We camped and skied. I was also in a neighborhood where, you felt safe, and you came home when the street lights came on, and things were, I think, very different back then. Another very active, busy part of my life is I have a whole bunch of kids.
Too many.
Too many kids. Yeah, we're trying to get rid of them one by one, send them off to college. But I have 2 sons in college. Very proud of my boys. I adopted them when they were 10 and 11. They're from Eastern Europe. They're from Bulgaria. They grew up in an orphanage. They had no education, or almost none, at the age 10 and 11. And in the 10 plus years that they've been in America, they've changed dramatically. We have a loud house with 2 cats and a dog, and 4 teenage kids, and the occasional college kid that comes home. I started a company really with a computer and a printer, literally. It's a heck of a lot of work. You got to have a lot of faith, and you have to have a vision for where you want to get. And by the time I sold my company, and it was over a decade later, I had about 75 employees. The state auditor oversees about $20 billion in local government funding, and it's a lot of money. That's $20 billion a year, which is more than the general fund budget of the state. I had pretty set political viewpoints by the time I was in college. I believed in the individual. I still believe very strongly in the individual. That's who I grew up. And we have to be there as a society, not just a family, for folks that really need help. But we can't have 51% of the people looking for help. We have to recognize that as a society, what made America great and what made Minnesota great is that the ingenuity of the people and the hard work of the people and the independence of the people. We need to keep that, and I feel passionately that government policies should follow that same line of thinking rather than trying to create some sort of nanny state, or the government thinks that they know best and taking away choices from the people. I feel very strongly about that. We really have a mess on our hands. We have a $5 to $7 billion budget. It's a deficit. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. We have misunderstandings about what level of government should be doing what. There's battles between state and local government, the federal government's intervening and getting involved in a lot of our affairs, and people are worried, and they should be. High unemployment, we have a poor business climate, so there are a lot of things that need to be dealt with, and dealt with quickly. And I've always been able to get things done and get things accomplished, and it's vital that we create a better Minnesota for ourselves and our kids. The auditor's office hasn't been active since I left in 2007, and it's really a shame because there's so much going on within cities and school districts, and people are confused. How have the LG cuts affected cities, for example? What's going on with our counties? The auditor should be there saying, what does that mean, and what would it affect, and what are the real dollars involved, and just sort of laying it out so that people can understand what that would have meant to us in the state of Minnesota. We need to have an active auditor. That is the taxpayer's watchdog. That's a position that can explain what's going on with the finances, that can provide information, that can create transparency, that can go after the bad guys. And we need to have an active watchdog in that role.